Hello, and thanks for joining me for another video. So, the Telegraph writes, King Charles rolls out the red carpet for South Africa as he hosts the first state visit of the reign. The new monarch to welcome Cyril Ramaphosa with a full state dinner and speeches in a bid to cement country's relationship with the UK. And I think that's great. It's been a while. It comes 3 years after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex made an official visit to South Africa, also at the request of the Foreign Office, which started in glory and ended in tears because nobody asked how she was. The couple took their baby son to visit Archbishop Desmond Tutu, spent time with Nelson Mandela's widow, visited townships, and attended events highlighting gender-based violence. But what does she do? She goes there once, gets the PR, and that's it. But the trip is now best remembered for its last few days, in which the Duchess launched legal action against the UK newspaper, and the Duke issued a scathing condemnation of the tabloid press. Soon afterwards, ITV, who's always favored them, and I couldn't understand why they still covered them when they were no longer working royals, which they may be rethinking that now, in which a tearful Meghan relayed her unhappiness during the tour, saying, "Not many people have asked if I'm okay." Months afterwards, the couple left the working royal family for a new life in California. That's right, they weren't in Canada for very long. And of course, since then, she's called her South African accommodation a housing unit, had her child almost killed by smoke inhalation and third-degree burns, to hear her say it, hijacked Mandela Day for posturing and PR, and revealed in the story that her wedding day was celebrated like Mandela's release when he was released from prison, that they were dancing in the streets, which we all know, proven to be a lie. But it started the hashtag #VostekMeg. Then we have the wedding. Let's go back to that for a moment. And here it is in South Africa. I think the only people that were dancing on their wedding day were the people that are on her payroll. Oh, we got a phone call. The wedding's happening. Oh, that's right. Okay, we're celebrating over here.
After 27 years,
Here's
his head
Mandela
was high and
being
his
freed
fist
from
was
prison.
clenched. Nelson Mandela walked out of Victor Verster prison today like a chief of state, flanked by his first lady and by the men who'd been hired to protect him. There they were, the South African State Police, providing security for the man who'd once been the most wanted man in Africa. The ANC flag, illegal until 10 days ago, was everywhere, taunting the pale blue cloudless skies of Cape Town. Hundreds of thousands had come to town, a throbbing crowd in the relentless sun. They turned the central square called Grand Parade into a dance floor, and they waited.
So Meghan compares the day that she and Harry got married to South Africans dancing in the street. Didn't happen. And here we go, The Independent just goes to prove it. South African Lion King actor baffled over Meghan Markle's comments. This goes back to September. South African Lion King actor was baffled over Meghan Markle's comments. Dr. John Connie said that the royal wedding was no big deal in South Africa. It was only Meghan making it a big deal. Then, page 6 shows Nelson Mandela's grandson slams Meghan Markle for comparing her wedding to the freedom of his grandfather. One of Nelson Mandela's grandsons slammed Meghan Markle for comparing her royal wedding to the grandfather being freed from prison. A member of parliament and chief of Nelson's Mvuzo tribe added, "It cannot be equated to as the same." That this gentleman shared that he was surprised by Markle's recent comments, saying that South Africans dancing in the street for his grandfather's release in 1990, 27 years after being in prison, was more important and more serious than her marriage to a white prince. Get over yourself, Meghan. We are still bearing scars of the past, but Nelson Mandela's celebrations were a product of the majority of our people being brought out onto the streets to exercise the right of voting for the very first time. What does her wedding and her marrying and her being biracial and marrying a white prince, what does that have to do with anything that South Africans have had to face? It's just ridiculous. But we all know they don't call her Princess Pinocchio for nothing. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. See you soon.